And as students return to school, COVID might be on the minds of a lot of parents, especially in districts where face masks are not required. So how should they handle a sick child, and when should they keep them home or get them tested? Fox 17's Ryan Cummings is live with those recommendations and more. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Ruta. It's a big question and concern for a lot of parents, especially since COVID-19, the vaccine is still not available for those 12 and younger. So we sat down with a pediatric infectious disease doctor to find out what parents need to know when it comes to sending their kids to school if they're not feeling well.
It may be somewhat of a return to normalcy this fall as kids head back to class. Some of them, if they're old enough, might be vaccinated against COVID-19, which would help slow the spread inside the schools. Some districts are also requiring masks.
I think we all want to compare COVID-19 to influenza because we want to have something to hang our hat on and say this is what we can expect. Unfortunately, being an expert in the field, I still don't feel comfortable enough with COVID-19 to give a prediction for how it's going to behave season after season.
Dr. Rosemary Olivero is a pediatric infectious disease expert at Spectrum Health. She tells us over the past 2 weeks, Helen DeVos Children's Hospital has cared for 3 to 5 children a day with COVID. They have not had severe cases, but the hospital is keeping the children isolated.
So if your child has new symptoms and you're concerned they could be related to COVID-19, always just call the school.
Parents can also visit their local health department's website for guidance.
And it will walk you through the workflow for what would happen depending on if that person is vaccinated or not, and if they've had close contact with somebody known to have COVID-19 or not.
A big concern with COVID is the fact that those under 12 cannot get vaccinated yet. So if they're riding a bus with others who might be infected or sitting next to them in class, they're not really protected.
And I would err on the side of keeping your child at home and not getting on a school bus or not going into school until you have that sorted out, just so that you don't accidentally expose anybody else in case they are harboring the virus that causes COVID-19.
Kids will no doubt run fevers and get a runny nose or cough. Dr. Olivero says that those should not be any different than any normal school year.
So if your child has a fever greater than 101, they would, of course, need to stay home, and they will always need to stay home until they're fever-free for at least 24 hours, regardless of the cause. And if they are indeed diagnosed with COVID-19, then that means that they would need to self-isolate at home for the full 10 days.
If they have a severe cough or a new loss of taste or smell, those are big red flags for COVID, and the child should stay home. Also, be careful when trying to compare COVID with the flu.
Certainly, both are respiratory illnesses. Both can make you feel very ill, can give you days of high fevers, can give you a respiratory tract infection, which can make you very ill. And some children will need to come to the hospital from either.
The hospitalization rate for kids with COVID in West Michigan has ranged from 2 to 3%. Some later develop multisystem inflammatory syndrome. They're also looking at how many kids with COVID will end up having long hauler COVID.
And that's the more chronic symptoms that you have after COVID-19, which can range from brain fog to poor concentration, all the way to exercise intolerance and blood pressure issues when you're going from laying to standing.
And she gave us a lot of other good tips. We talked with her for more than 30 minutes. She talked about the mask, social distancing, even COVID and athletics. So you can see her full interview with us right now on our website at fox17online.com. And as always, with any medical advice, sometimes it's best if you just talk with your own pediatrician, as every child and their symptoms are different. Reporting live in Grand Rapids, Ryan Cummings, Fox 17 News.